I think I'm getting the hang of this, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Mr. Pace, candidate Woodman Hills. I want to discuss the situation today that unfolded in front of everybody and has a whole bunch of people on my website buzzing, thanking, and cheering me for finally saying something about what's been going on, which is the abuse of power by the president of this board. There's only one way to stop it. There's really no way to do a video about all of the things that Mr. Stinson has done in his tenure in the 2 years. The biggest ones is that he gave away our water. How much of it? That's up for speculation, but based on the graphic planning and designs for Bentgrass, it's 1,800 SFE single family equivalent, and if they use 25.25 acre feet of water, that's 4 houses per acre foot of water. Divide that into 1,800, you get your number, and basically you get a pretty good idea. It's going to be over 400 acre feet of our water that we gave to them. Now, we're going to get money in return, but what we gave up was some wells. That's a fact. I don't know how Mr. Stinson thinks that he's telling everybody that we didn't lose wells. We did. We're not getting paid for that stuff. The original deal was set that we were already to receive the wells, something we counted on. Then the president of the board then did some things that you're all aware of, but maybe not. He's attacked me and 3 other people at meetings in the last 2 years, all in violation of the bylaws for conduct for board members, not to mention a few other things you see on my site. What has that done? Well, a lot of people are now going back on the next door and talking about I can't do this and I can't do that. It's all directed at me. So here's what's going on. I know that a couple hundred of my votes are probably going to end up on the floor of a trash can somewhere, after it's all said and done, because let me explain what we got. The 2 people involved in the election don't like me, okay? Wayne Williams doesn't like me, failed to file a conflict. His wife don't like me. There's reasons for that. But the biggest one is that 3 people filed conflict issues with Wayne Williams. He has not responded to any of them, and one of them is a law enforcement agent. Yeah, no kidding. He didn't respond to him at all. I gave him legitimate reasons. Why is Wayne hiding? Because Wayne knows that what he's doing is not legal. I gave him a legitimate reason to remove Stinson and Howell as the ballot canvassers, and I did it legally, and he refused to listen. Now, why is that relevant to you? Well, that sets up a situation where I now have standing when I lose to say, look, this is what happened. I asked him to do it, didn't respond. And I got some good news. I got to give you some good news. Good news, record number hits on the website. A lot of you, and I'm not going to give you the number because I don't want them to know the number of how many people came onto this site and said, good luck. Okay, less than 1,000, more than 100. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With your help, we should be able to be successful in completing the transition and getting rid of the clique, saying goodbye to the stigma, and saying goodbye to the old regime and the way this stuff is working. That's what we hope to do. With your help, I can do it. I can tell you now, I have so much support for having Mr. Stinson and Mrs. Ringen removed from the board. It's not funny. I mean, after what's gone on, a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, came on here and basically stated Mr. Stinson should no longer be on the board, especially shouldn't be the president. He's abused his position in this election. Yes, what he's done is attempted to interfere and alter the outcome of an election by basically violating the bylaws, which is, while he's not on the board, he really doesn't have anything to do with the district. That's why I posted it. Why is that relevant? It's never happened before. Why am I excited? Well, I'm in a good mood today, really, really good mood. I want to thank a few million people today. You don't know them, and I don't know them either, but I know they're called veterans, and they're over there at the Pikes Peak National Cemetery, at least some of them are. And I want you to do me a favor. You may not like me or you may dislike me, and that's cool. I can handle it. But I serve my country. So could you do me a favor? Okay? Do them a favor. They can't vote. Do it for them. Get out there, make the effort, get off your ass, and vote. Even if it's not for me. Honor them. Show them some respect, and show them that you care about their service by voting. The one thing they fought so desperately for and gave everything. Vote. On that side, we'll take care of the Stinson and Ringen situation pretty quick. I can't tell you the particulars. I've already had a meeting. That Zoom thing's pisser, by the way. Love it, love it. And we're not going to have to deal with any more disrespectful meetings, name calling, accusations of criminal mischief and things like that. That's all going to go away. My promise, you elect me, I'm going to show you how a meeting's supposed to be done. And we're going to actually enjoy the meeting. And I'm going to want you to come. I expect you to show up. And I expect you to hold me accountable for everything I've said. That's how it works. Without me getting in your face or yelling and screaming or calling you names or belittling you, humiliating you, and basically shaming you, that's done. That'll be done. I get elected, that's over. And a lot of you are like, but Ron, you know, the history. Look, we got the history thing straightened out. Jan and Walter tried to explain to you what the district was doing, and now you know why. They just wanted to shut down my site, take away my First Amendment rights. Sound familiar? Another gentleman that's the president of the board tried to do the same thing. That's not the only problem we have. This district has done a lot of things behind your back you don't know about, and I'm fairly certain that when you find out what they did and how they had access to my military medical records, you're going to be pissed. Pissed. Okay? Just hang in there. Okay? Sherry and Nicole were flat up upset. I got the phone call. Sherry had blown a gasket. Why is she not speaking? I don't know, and I kind of feel bad. I saw her the other day in a Walmart parking lot. She looked pretty good, looked to be doing okay for herself, and I'm glad. And I'm glad, you know, even Nicole, I'm glad that she's moved on and done better things and all that. And I want to congratulate the Hated Eight. Look, folks, breakfast is on. I mean, I know you may not think it's gonna, but we need to do something for us. Okay, we're the forgotten people. I'm the orphan. You're the stepkids, right? We got to do something fun for us. Forget about the election stuff. You know, I don't drink. I'm sure you do. I'd love to have some Crown syrup, but, you know, it's just a thing. And it's not that it's one-upsmanship or whatever. The Hated Eight are actually closer than the board. And you're all good people. You all got good families. Paul, I want to apologize to your kids again. Can't say it enough. Somebody called the cops on you, and I already know who that was. Kind of just know. It don't work for me. Anyhow, I'm hoping that enough of you realize that Mr. Pace is the real deal. The real deal. I can lower that bill. People that are telling you I can't do something don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. They want status quo. They love their clicks. They got their specials. They got their favorites. That's what we got here. And this is in honor of Mrs. Corey Gabardella, who got treated like a bag of garbage. Quite frankly, I watched the videos of January 7th and the 21st where Troy and all the people involved, and I don't want to keep using his name, but anyways, John Martin was in the meeting. Neva Harrell was at one of the meetings. Sherry Ring was at the meeting. Corey was at the meeting. Mrs. French was at the meeting, and a few other people. And I know what they said. They know what they said. They just never thought I'd get the videos. It's pretty sad, actually. They were basically pissed off at Corey because they wanted to get this done 3 months ago so it wouldn't be involved in the election. That's exactly why Mr. Stinson blew a gasket and got upset in one of the meetings. It's a fact. Fact. Just a fact. All right. So, again, also today, I got some really good news. And I want to do a street shout out to Mr. Allen, soon to be our new district attorney. Mr. Allen, it would be my honor to have you prosecute me any day of the week. Right? Hopefully you'll plea bargain me, right? That's a joke, inside joke, okay? Basically, he's just a good guy. He really is. He's an up-and-comer. He's not been affected by the establishment. He's just a good fella, okay? And to Mrs. May, Diana May, super lady. She did something I asked her to do without giving me a bunch of guff for it, and she was able to get me some information I asked for. Miss May, thank you. And I'm telling you, me, Mr. Pace, I'm sorry that me and your husband didn't get along because of the Makita situation. Maybe if that never happened or got in the way of a lot of things, things would have been different, okay? There's no hard feelings there. I hope you guys do great or whatever's going on. And someday, maybe you should have just said, hey, Mr. Pace, why don't you go over and grab a cup of coffee or a spot of tea or something, right? Because I'm just like everybody else. That's why I'm telling everybody on here that Mrs. May has written me some emails, and she's been wicked nice about it. And, everybody understands what I do. I didn't have to get upset. I didn't have to threaten anybody. I didn't have to do all these things. And you know what? She came through. Miss May came through for me. And you know what? I really appreciate that. I'm ready. I'm telling you. I really appreciate it. Miss May, that was real nice of what you did. And I wanted to let people know that just because other people treat me lousy and call me names and call me a criminal and a felon and all these things, that's pretty much our board president, and the other people follow suit in some instances, that's okay. If that's your opinion of me, then maybe you don't know me, and I'm cool with that too. All right? At the end of the day, I'm going to get to the end of this race, okay, the same way you are. And if you think you got a better way of doing it, let me know. Or at least let 300 other, I don't know how many billion people we got on this planet, but let them know too. All right? So, Mr. Allen, I appreciate you giving me a sign. And I appreciate it. It's in the front of my yard. And I'll defend that sign like I defended mine, so it's going to stay there for a bit. And so everybody else, it's been a long ride for a lot of people, and I'm hoping that the cleansing of the GOP down here comes to fruition, and that my friend Dave Stiver gets on the ballot. They've already tried to take away that right. That was one of the things that Wayne Williams was trying to do. But the fact of the issue over the conflict thing, I'm going to hold him accountable, and I apologize to you because what he did was wrong. And what Mr. Stinson did was wrong, and it violates the bylaws and the policies of this district. And Wayne Williams can tell everybody that it's okay, but it's not. It really isn't. Woodman Hills shouldn't be throwing its weight around in an election to get what it wants because someone's throwing a tantrum. I'm Mr. Pace. Thanks for voting. Thanks for stopping by. You've all been great. Don't forget to vote for some of the Hateful Eight. We'd appreciate it. And, hey, let's get ready for some pancakes and waffles. And, guys, you got to RSVP me. I got like 3 of yous now. We need 5 more. And someone get a hold of Art Wilson. Tell him he can come by too, okay? Let's make this happen because you know what? Dadgummit, if we're going to be walking around miserable, we don't need to be Team Troy. We can be the Hated Eight. And I'd love to have your family come over and have some home-cooked food, okay? Talk to me later. Bye.